See, didn't I tell you that we are going to have a wonderful after-lunch school? Thank you for the alphabets. We knew about ABC, and now we also know about P, Q, R, S, and T. The next speaker is a technocrat and a management expert too. He loves in developing, motivating, mentoring entrepreneurs. And what I like in him best is that he loves disruptive technology. This disruption is what is going to take us, all of us, ahead. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present Sharad Heda of Mcircle, Bangalore.
So good afternoon. You know, as I stand here, I'm a little confused. I'm confused because everything that I wanted to speak has been spoken. And it has been spoken so brilliantly by the speakers ahead of me. And they've been the entrepreneurs who have built very large businesses. I have not done that. I'm a quasi-entrepreneur. Done a little bit of myself, but not someone who said, hey, this is a large business I've done all by myself. So what do I do? So I'm going to do what in corporate world is called best practices adoption. And what does that mean? Shamelessly stealing what somebody else has talked very well before me. So you will find me doing lots of best practices adoption, something from Sushil ji, something from Prakash ji, and so on and so forth. So the topic given to me today is technology in my business. You know, it's a very broad topic. We all know every business has something or other to do with technology. If I'm using PowerPoint now, it is technology. If a satellite goes to Mars, it's technology. If somebody else is, a third umpire is figuring out whether the batsman is run out or not, that's technology. So it's everywhere. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do focus. So that's the first stealing. So I'm going to focus on one part of technology where there are a lot of questions these days getting asked. And that is about the e-commerce world. You know, there are times when people ask, you know, ये e-commerce में आजकल बहुत opportunities हैं. हमको भी बताइए ना हम क्या कर सकते हैं. Or there are questions which get asked saying, hey, है ना आज ऑनलाइन से हमारे बिजनेस में बहुत फर्क पड़ रहा है, मार्जिन कम हो रही है, अब मैं क्या करूं? So trying to find a prescriptive, professorish answer to that is what I'm trying to do. And before I do that, I'm going to start with a small incident. This was when I was doing my MBA, 1982, and we had this live program by Jagjit Singh, and we sort of asked him after the program, saying, आपके लाइफ में गजल क्या मायना रखती हैं? And he didn't think a moment. He straight looked at my face and told me, गजल मेरी जिंदगी है. It's not that वो मुझे मेरे लिए क्या मायना रखती हैं. So what I'm talking about is not technology in my business, but technology is my business as what is happening around. This is my life is what's going to happen to the businesses. So let me just sort of build on that thought and go ahead a little bit. So this is another one. 1997, when Bill Gates' first visit to India, this time picking up something from you. We had a small closed-door meeting with Bill Gates, and we were talking about what's the sort of approach that he takes in building his business. And he said, listen, we are very good at finding out what happens everywhere, common in the markets, global markets, and then sell our products commonly across all the markets. So identifying that common thing across all markets, we are very, very good at. Now I'm taking a little more abrasive professorish stance to build that thought into what I'm going to talk about. So the first thought that I'm going to talk about, and this is me saying, at the core, all businesses, large or small, manufacturing or trading, products or services are very, very similar. So what? So what does that mean? So let's just look at it. Now this is taking on from you, Sushilji. I have taken some P's and some R's already in this. So this is P cube, R cube and O cube construct of business. So if you look at any business that for matter, if you see, there's a little bit of animation challenge here. So if you see, there are these offerings, customers and resources. The three of offerings, the O, and that's an O cube. So what does any company do? It builds its offerings. It either procures or produces the products, the P. It polishes, which is the second P. And then it provides that to the customers, which is the third P. So there are three P's every business does. And that's the fundamental construct. You look at the customers, what does it do? It reaches the customers, पहुंचना है customer के पास. It sells and then relates to the customer, builds relationship with the customers. Second R. And the third R is it retains them for life. That's what you want to do. So the R cube of customers. And then the third, to do all this, what do you need? You need to manage resources. So the O cube, you organize money, you organize people, you organize infrastructure, and that's what you build a business on. And every business, small or large, will end up doing that. Now, let's take a step back. Assume there is a business which we are running the way we have been running all through, not using technology much. Or समझ लीजिए कि each of these blocks represent the cost that I am taking in to build my business. So P का जो cost है, procure या produce का cost, polishing का cost and provide का cost, you put it all together, this is assumed reflects the cost, the way a business is being built. Now, how do you make money? How do you scale a business? How do you become very profitable? Simple three mantras we all know. Do anything and everything cheaper, faster, better. So, क्या जितना फास्ट करोगे उतना स्केल ज़्यादा होगा, जितना चीप करोगे प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा, जितनी क्वालिटी अच्छी रहेगी ऑब्वियसली कस्टमर्स वुड लव यू. सो everything needs to be done in a manner which is cheaper, faster and better. What does technology do for you? It does. Each one of these impacts all the 9 cells and makes each one cheaper, faster and better. Now here is a new company who says, listen, I am going to use technology to my extreme, and I am going to say, जो बीच में का जो है customers वाला cell, वो customers वाला cell मैं सिर्फ technology के भरोसे करूँगा. There is very, very little manpower involved in it. So I am going to reach people, online. I am going to do retention of them online. I am going to figure out a way of winning and doing all my business transactions with them online. The moment all of that has happened online, ये बन गया आपका e-commerce business. This is your online business. And obviously in everything else, he is going to use technology, but the moment he does it, what ends up happening? The reach part, the retain part, and the third part, which is to do with winning the customer part, the cost gets down significantly. You are able to reach millions of customers 24/7, much lesser cost. Also, what ends up happening now? Now what is happening? The customer is not coming to you. Online में क्या हो गया? मेरा shop नहीं है. Now I am going to deliver my products to my customer. The moment I deliver my products to my customer, मेरा ये जो provide वाला जो business है, provide part, now that cost is going to go up because I am going to reach the customer and deliver my goods. Yet my cost, which is to do with organizing infrastructure, that cost is going to go down. Why? Because I don't need shopping malls. I don't need to be in shopping malls. So I only have to have a warehouse, and using that I'm going to do my business. So what's happening now? The cost of doing business is coming down. And at the same time, while that ends up happening, so this is a comparison. That the block that you see outside is what the blocks exactly look like before technology was used to its extreme and built in, and now you see a e-commerce type business which is sort of being done with the total cost much lesser. Some elements have gone up, the cost of provision has gone up, the cost of organizing infrastructure has gone down, but all that along with it, it's become 10x faster and it's become cheaper and better. So now you have a different way of doing business. It's not a new business. E-commerce online is not a new business. You're selling the same real estate. You're selling the same stuff. Everything is same, but being done in a completely different manner. So now this is one. पिछले 3 दिन के इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स और टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया से मैंने ये कटिंग्स उठाई हैं. Now get a full meal at half the price. Internet first restaurant cut costs and are able to pass on benefits to customers. Cost cheaper. Second, internet first restaurants, what are they doing? They are able to reduce the cost of offline outlet with one central kitchen and many bikes. क्यों? क्योंकि माल डिलीवर किया जा रहा है. So this is a different business model that's falling in place. And what is happening there? Sorry. Give me a minute. So yeah. So what's happening there? Any part of our business, any part of our life, हर जगह हम online business देखते हैं. We all know about it. रियल एस्टेट खरीदना है, ट्रैवल एजेंट बनना है, शेयर ब्रोकर, किराना शॉप, जो चाहिए काम, बैंक, कंज्यूमर स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, हर कोई ऑनलाइन हो रहा है. इट्स जस्ट अ डिफरेंट वे ऑफ बिजनेस. गोइंग टू द लास्ट लाइन, कबाड़ी खाना. कबाड़ी खाना क्या है? क्विकर और ओलेक्स क्या है? देयर इज कबाड़ी खाना, बट दैट्स आल्सो गोइंग ऑनलाइन बिकॉज इट्स अ डिफरेंट वे ऑफ डूइंग द सेम थिंग, एंड दैट्स एसेंशियली व्हाट्स हैपनिंग टू योर बिजनेस. नाउ इफ दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन, सम मोर थिंग्स टू अंडरस्टैंड. This is next gen travel companies click with investors. ये कहता है first generation travel companies online, make my trip, clear trip. What are they saying? This is an online way. Airline की inventory है, मैं बेच रहा हूँ, मुझसे खरीदियो, सस्ता है. But now airlines have their own online portals. I can go to Indigo and buy. मैं make my trip के पास क्यों जाऊँगा? So the moment there is no differentiation in the make my trip product, the need for make trip is going to go down, and somebody else is creating a different way of delivering a different travel experience. So that's essentially about differentiation. And I'm going to use the same thing and talk a little more. This is another one which is from day before's Eco Times. Now this time I'm going to relate to my discussion that I've had recently with a friend of mine, वो एक VC है, and he is evaluating an interesting investment. Investment is by one of the large साड़ी बेचने वाली premium chains in South India, and that chain which has 7-10 shops in South India wants to figure out a way of taking their business global. तो उन्होंने क्या किया है, आप ये we know this technology जहाँ पे कि एक का चेहरा है, दूसरे की बॉडी है, फिट करके you do all of that, right? And that's all stuff which happening because technology allows you to superimpose. So this साड़ी chain is saying, listen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide all my customers in some way. Indian customers, like मैं साड़ी बेच रहा हूँ, तो 5 फुट से 5 फुट 6 इंच तक 6 कैटेगरीज की हाइट, 4 कैटेगरीज के कलर, गोरी हैं से डार्किश हैं and 2 in between, 3 plumpish to thin to sign 0, etc. And then whether I want to wear a sari in a Gujarati way, I want to wear in a Marathi way, or whatever. All of this combination, by putting it together, what are they doing? Saying, when I go to the shop online, I'm going to say, select sari ABCD for me online, the customer is talking about. And then they drape that sari on that particular shape which he is chosen in to be able to say, this will look good on you, select it. What they're looking at is approximately 10 lakh NRI women outside India and at least 25 cities outside the cities they are present in. They expect to be present there within next year or so, and therefore be able to tap a 6,000 crore market which they can't otherwise reach. And that is how, so what are they doing? They're applying technology a little differently than what somebody would have done it in. Differentiator is what the essentially issue is. Well, a couple of more points. This is where you can see, so there is the 2 by 2. एक तरफ है सेलर की कैपेबिलिटी. सेलर या तो ऑफलाइन बेच सकता है या ऑनलाइन. हमारा ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस हम ऑफलाइन बेचते हैं. सेलर है ऑनलाइन. बायर जो है उसकी कंफर्ट रहना चाहिए, या तो मैं ऑफलाइन खरीदता हूँ या ऑनलाइन. अगर 60 साल के दादाजी हैं तो वो नहीं खरीदेंगे ऑफलाइन, ऑनलाइन, वो तो ऑफलाइन ही खरीदेंगे. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, ये जो मार्केट है वेयर द सेलर ऑफलाइन और ट्रेडिशनल कस्टमर ऑफलाइन, जो कि आज तक का मार्केट रहा है, दिस इज अ 40+ ईयर्स मार्केट. आज 2 साल का बच्चा टैबलेट यूज करता है, 3 साल का बच्चा गारंटीड मोबाइल पे गेम खेलना जानता है. So what is happening? That is an online guy. So today's teens, everyone tomorrow. Let me call that market as A dash and mostly 40+ years market as A. Now, what is happening? The total market, which is that U, is moving from, नीचे आप देखिए, बड़ा A है, A dash छोटा है. Over a period of time, A and A dash are becoming similar. But 15-20 साल के बाद में, it's only the youngsters who are going to be the buyers. So now you have a very small A, almost diminishing, and a much larger A dash. And that I'm saying is offline, time to shut shop 2030, possibly. And therefore, the way you leverage technology in the business has to change. And that's a A to A dash movement which is happening in. So what do I do? Here is it, I'm running my business, what do I do? So now this is a little prescriptive. First is $1 million question. Are my offerings well differentiated? अगर नहीं है तो मेक माई ट्रिप की जगह इंडिगो आएगा ही आएगा. आपका बिजनेस ऑफलाइन है तो कोई ना कोई ऑनलाइन सस्ता देगा ही देगा उसको. सो अगेन फोकस डिफरेंशिएशन, 1 point. Second, apply online first philosophy for everywhere e-commerce available in your business. टिकट खरीदना ऑनलाइन खरीदीजिए, IRCTC के साइट पे जाइए, कुछ भी ऑनलाइन कर सकते हैं कीजिए. It's not as tough. But then what it does, it gets you into the habit and it starts reducing some of the costs for you in your business. Rethink your sales and marketing. Reaching new customers is the best place to begin for instant gratification. कि existing customer से एक ढंग का काम है. नए customers के पास जाइए टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके. Double the effort you spend on retaining key customers and employees. The next door online guy, he can afford to pay a lot more because his other costs are lesser. He's going to be after your best guys, best customers. Get closer to your customers and start retaining them till you find a way of changing your strategy. And the last one, online world is creating a new ecosystem of businesses. Remember California gold rush. What is California gold rush? सालों साल पहले कैलिफोर्निया में जब लगा बहुत सारा सोना है, हर कोई चाहता है मैं जाके सोना खरीदूं. भाई सोना में खदान मुझे मिल जाएगी, मैं रईस बन जाऊंगा. So there's this guy who says, listen, you may get sona, you may not get sona. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? I'm sending you shovels which you will need for digging. So the guy got the gold or not, you don't know. But everyone who sold shovels made a lot of money, right? So if there is e-commerce happening everywhere, some e-commerce portal will survive, some will fail, everything will happen. But if you know supporting ecosystem, you will be able to make money. जब IT companies आई तो साथ में क्या हुआ? टैक्सीज, BPOs, टैक्सीज वाला बिजनेस बढ़ा, केटरिंग वाला बिजनेस बढ़ा. So this is like an ecosystem that develops. If you look at with e-commerce companies, what is happening in माल now, माल has to reach the customer. Customer आपके गांव पे नहीं आ, आपकी दुकान पे नहीं आ रहा है ना, आपकी दुकान ही ऑनलाइन दुकान है. The transportation business, the way the food is packaged when it has to reach for after 1 hour fresh at home, that business, those sort of things. There are a lot of adjacencies that happen. Those are the opportunities that you look at and then you start building a business around that. And now the last one that I'm going to talk about, you know, this is possibly most important than what I've said so far. Fundamentally, mind mein one should accept, this is a disruption that is happening in the way the business is being built. Business was not being run this way, will not be run the way we have got used to it. We need to accept that if we want to be masters of modern times and writers of our own future, we need to look at the world with a whole new lens. Purani lens nahi chalegi. Our desire and our dreams down to day-to-day habits should be disrupted beyond all reasonable doubt. And this is a journey of not just minor corrections of our current practices, but a major disruption to our deep-held beliefs and bias. So this is what possibly technology is doing in the way it is shaping businesses. It's actually a great opportunity to scale businesses manifold, cut costs, get more profitable, everything that we want to do, provided that switch happens in the mind that this is for me and I'm going to adopt it. Thank you very much.